in the negative, until it got to a point where I could hold it no more. And I sought God's face, and he gave me approval, and I moved.
So you say that he started to prioritize vengeance over collective progress.
Yes.
In what way?
I mean, we've all been here for the sake of those who haven't been following politics from the 90s. We've all been here. We know what PDP did to the oppositions between 2003 and 2011. Specifically 2003 and 2007. We know what PDP, we know what former President Obasanjo did as a president. How he muzzled his way into taking the entire Southwest, except for Lagos, who was manned by this man at the time. And it didn't just stop there. It went on. But he survived it. Not because he was so good or he was too good. He is good, no doubt.
So, interestingly, let me quickly interrupt you, because you resigned on the 8th of June. The president, interestingly, gave a speech to the National Assembly on the 12th of June on this particular matter. He also referred to the criticism that has now been leveled against him, that we're heading to a one-party state, and it was saying that, it's like the APC is trying to destroy the opposition. And he had a very strong response in his address to the National Assembly to the opposition, that, he certainly doesn't want Nigeria to be a one-party state, that they should stand and fight, but he's not in his place to arrange their house for them, and he's actually very happy that their house is in disarray.
That's the fear. That's the real fear.
So for you, when you listen to that speech, that confirmed the reason why you resigned?
It confirmed it on one hand, and on the other hand, it strengthened my resolve, to not work for him in 2027. And I couldn't, in all honesty and all consciousness and with my conscience, be in his government knowing I am plotting against his removal in 2027, because I will. By God, we will remove him. By God, we will remove President Bola Tinubu in 2027. And collectively, Nigerians will install a leader that will be our chosen, not his chosen, not any local. It will be our local. 2027 is Boboa local. Every Nigeria no mark in 2027.
So from one end, you've gone from one extreme now, advocating very strongly for President Bola Tinubu to become president. He became president. You were in his cabinet speaking for him as his public affairs spokesperson. And now you have not only resigned, you say you're going to the other end, to say you're going to work against him because he's overseeing the opposition in disarray.
No, every
I'm not quite getting the why.
Our progress will come from healthy competition. Human progress comes from healthy competition. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the God Almighty, allow coexistence of belief and disbelief. When God created the world, before God created man, he had created angels, he had created jinns before he created man. But of these three creatures, only two he gave the sense of what is right and what is wrong. And that is the free will, the freedom that he gave to jinn and mankind. And it's upon this freedom that he's going to judge what we do with it on the last day. When you don't give a man a freedom, you cannot assess his performance. The angels are not going to be questioned on the last day because they don't even have the opportunity to err against God. They are built to like zombies you have today. They are built to honor God day and night. They can't even make error. But in this case, it's about you don't necessarily need to help your opposition get up. But they are Nigerians. You don't succeed until every Nigerian succeeds. So as a president, your responsibility is primarily the success of every Nigerian. I mean, how are you afraid of the person who was here yesterday and you were here and you defeated him? And you're now here and you think getting someone to permanently kneel on the person's neck or getting them, you are more interested in finishing them than in moving forward collectively. I mean, he might have said it's not about that, but he said in Lagos that there's nothing wrong with one-party state. I've heard him say that there's nothing wrong with one-party state. That was wrong, and it's still wrong. And now what he said, how it is not even true. What on earth is Wike doing in our government? If he's going to lead PDP, he should lead PDP.
So you don't believe in government of national unity?
If you are doing government of national unity, you deal with the party, because the party is what we have on the ballot. Not Bola Ahmed Tinubu president, it's APC. Not Atiku Abubakar, PDP. Not Peter Obi, the Labour Party. So if you are going to do government of national unity, we have to respect institutions.
Okay, so now you say you're going to the opposition.
I'm not going to the, I don't mean the opposition. This opposition, there are no oppositions. We have a new breed of opposition coming, young, bright Nigerians who are patriotic, who know what life is, who know that living does not mean you should acquire the world. Living means just experience being in the world. That is your journey, that is your story, not the wealth you have, not the stolen money account. That is why many of them can't live a happy life even at 80-something. They are still chasing what isn't lost. They are not going to steal our yesterday, steal our today, and steal our dreams. They won't do that.
All right, Mr. Aliya Audu, we certainly will be keeping tabs with you, because you have said very clearly you're still going to be very within the political space, but you're going to be working against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and seeking his removal in 2027. But you have heard it. The reason why Mr. Aliya Audu, former SSA to the President, Public Affairs, and also convener of APC Rebirth Movement, left the... he's not left the APC.
No, APC.
But why he's left the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts.
Thank you for having me. You're so very small.
If I am old like these people and rich and have influence, I would just be going around the whole world, traveling, enjoying my money, honestly.